Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something incredibly exciting to share with you. Whether you're a student, a professional, an entrepreneur, or just someone who loves learning new things, you're going to want to stick around. I'm diving into the world of fast learning with this fantastic book, Fast Learning. So, what's fast learning all about? Imagine being able to absorb new knowledge and skills at lightning speed. Sounds awesome, right? This book is your ultimate guide to making that a reality. It's packed with the strategies and tips that are scientifically proven to help you learn faster and more efficiently. I talk about the science behind fast learning, real life success stories, my success stories. I've had 170 students from ages 5 to 62 in China, Norway, Russia, Ukraine back then. First of all, let's talk about the science behind fast learning. My book breaks down how our brains process information and how you can hack this process to speed things up, from neuroplasticity to the importance of positive mindset. You get the inside scope on what makes rapid learning possible. What sets fast learners apart? The book identifies key traits like adaptability and quick comprehension. But don't worry, these aren't just traits you're born with. They can be developed. Fast learning gives you actionable insights to cultivate these skills in yourself. And now, for the fun part, practical strategies, whether it's chunking information, using mnemonic devices, or leveraging technology, fast learning provides a toolkit of techniques to help you learn anything faster. Lastly, the book emphasizes a positive and enthusiastic approach to learning. It's not just about grinding away, it's about making the process enjoyable and dynamic. Embrace challenges, view failures as opportunities for growth, and step outside your comfort zone. That's where the magic happens. When I was 20 years old in China, I was a student, information technology student, and it was a time that I got several gigs because first I started with three students. They were grown-up students, and I taught them French. They were business people at my dormitory because back then foreigners, especially young foreigners, should have lived in dormitory in China, and somehow they saw me speaking several languages with different foreigners from those countries. They one day, sorry, they asked me if you are interested in teaching. I said, yeah, why not? I needed money, so I did it. And the first there were three students, and ages 60, 45, 35, and in 3 months they were able to speak French and Russian. They were Chinese, of course. I lived in China, and later on they referred me to more people, and in a short amount of time I received a bigger gig, which was teaching to 170 students ages 5 to 45. I accepted. Then something horrible happened, which was a gang started. They were against the government, so they started creating horror and fear in the streets, and they announced that they will kill women if they see any woman after 6 p.m. outside. And my classes were finished at 7 p.m. And they were paying me good money. I mean, when a well-educated Chinese salary was 400 yuan, Chinese yuan, my salary was 15,000 yuan a month. Yeah, it's unbelievable, I know. And I was only 20. So I said, all right, I do it. And they loved me so much that sometimes they wanted to stay longer and benefit from my stories, my classes, because I use different methods and techniques, which I personally develop in learning myself different languages. So sometimes they stayed until 8 p.m. And by the time I was home, it was 9 p.m. And thank God and Jesus, I was safe. Nothing happened to me. That was the time that many women were announced were killed from behind by hammer. I don't remember the name of the gang, but I remember one thing that hammer was in that name, or hammer, I don't know. Anyway, that was great. Then I started teaching to postgraduate and graduate students who needed to improve their language in order to get a scholarship uh, to pursue their education in North America. And 75% were able to get the highest score and get the scholarship. It was very difficult for a Chinese to get outside China because it required a lot of money for a Chinese on low salary, and there were a lot of regulations for them to get out of the country. And this was a great excuse for them to get out. And I was the reason for many of them to get out. I received a lot of letters from my students thanking me. Anyway, later on, I received another task, which was at the university teaching Russian to managers, bank leaders. It was and I was again a student, information technology student, and it happened in North Central Norway, and they had no idea about Russian language, and they wanted me to teach them. And after my classes at school, I was given this task and I taught them because it was agricultural project between Norway and Russia. So they wanted to learn the language, understand, and I helped them in a short amount of time, about 6 months. And many of them they were family people. They were older than me, like 40, 50, 60, and they were managers, leaders. And so they had a lot on their plate and they didn't have time to learn language, but this is a part of their task. They had to learn it. And I did. After 6 months, they were able to get by, understand, read, write in Russian language, and they were very happy with me. I also taught at high school, primary school in Norway, and also in Russia I taught French language. So what you read in my book is my method, and part of it, as I said, is PhD and my PhD project. You can find Fast Learning in 3 formats: paperback, ebook, and hard copy with color inside, and white papers. Until next time, have a lovely day, guys. Bye.